it is time to level up. Let's do this! Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The last 2 weeks or so have been crazy, and by crazy I don't mean it in a good way in terms of my progress. Christmas, cool, New Year's, I've just not had a chance to consistently stay the course for a while. I've always had to take breaks in between, which is kind of annoying. But now that it's all over, I can finally get back on track before I travel again later this month, which still gives me about 2.5 to 3 weeks, which is still way better than what it was last week and the week before that. With that being said, we are in week 14 of the series, and I have decided to drop my calories down from 2000 calories to 1900 calories. And this is where I want to talk to you about the concept of carb cycling, what it is, how it's done, and why I am going to do it. Again, this works for me, it might not work for you. Give it a try if you'd like and see how you feel. You don't have to do it to lose weight, or it isn't any kind of recommendation as such. Alright, so carb cycling for fat loss, or calorie cycling, you'll understand why it's also called that later on, is basically a way of manipulating your carbohydrate intake to create a deficit and optimize metabolic processes. In simple words, some days you will eat higher carbs and some days you will eat lower carbs, keeping your protein and fat intake relatively the same each day. That is it, as simple as that. And on the days you eat higher carbs, your overall calorie intake will be higher, and on the days you eat lower carbs, your overall calorie intake will be lesser, and hence it can also be called calorie cycling. Now, how does this work? There are 1,000 ways of doing this. The most popular is eating high carbs on the workout days and eating low carbs on the rest days, because you're also expending lesser, you won't need that much energy. So if you are working out 4 days in a week and resting the remaining 3 days of the week, then you'll have, let's say, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday as your workout days. So those are high carb days, and the remaining 3 days, which is Wednesday, Friday, and probably I think Saturday are your rest days. So those will be your low carb days. Again, there are multiple ways of doing this, but they all follow the same principle. The way I am planning to do this is go relatively low carb 6 days a week, and on the 7th day go high carb. Let me show you how this works with numbers so that it's easy for you to understand, and you can use the same concept for any permutation you'd like. My goal is to consume 1900 calories a day, which means in a week I will be consuming a total of 13,300 calories. Remember, guys, you still need to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. That does not change. Whether you're doing carb cycling, calorie cycling, keto, intermittent fasting, any other diet that you're following, this does not change. You still have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. Now, keeping that in mind, what I am planning to do is consume 1800 calories 6 days a week, and then on the remaining day I will have 2500 calories left in the tank. And if you do the math, that still gets me to 13,300 calories for the week, which means I'll be consuming about 1900 calories on an average each day. Another way I could do this is, let's say I could go down to 1600 calories on the rest days, which is those 3 days of the week. And then on the remaining workout days, which is the remaining 4 days of the week, I can consume 2125 calories, which again gets me to 13,300 for the week. But 1600 calories is not too much, to be honest, and 2100 calories does not seem rewarding enough. So realistically speaking, I don't think I'll be able to follow that. 1800 calories seems a lot more doable, and knowing that I'll have that one day where I can eat a lot up to 2500 calories seems more realistic. So that's the plan moving forward. Coming to the reasons why I am following this approach, or probably why you should consider it, maybe 2 reasons. Number one is that I usually follow this approach when I drop my calories to a point where I know I will not be able to eat that low for a prolonged period of time. So instead of eating 1900 calories every single day until I drop it further, I'd rather manipulate my calories so that I have at least 1 or 2 days in a week where I know I can eat a lot more. It's just more rewarding, and it also helps me stay on track on the low carb days, knowing that 1 or 2 days in that week, I will have a high carb day. It's more of a mental thing than anything else. And number 2, it really enhances my performance in the gym. I know for a fact that as I drop my calories more and more, I'm gonna feel more depleted, and it's really gonna affect my intensity in the gym, my intensity levels in the gym. It's definitely not gonna be like how it was on day 1 of the series. So just knowing that I'm gonna have that 1 or 2 high carb meals in that week, it's going to recharge my body, it's going to increase my glycogen stores, and also increase my energy levels so that I can perform better in the gym, at least on those high carb days. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the approach I am going to be following moving forward. I hope I was able to break it down and simplify it for you. At the end of the day, it all comes down to figuring out what works for you. There are 100 ways of doing things, and I am here to share those with you and bring about an awareness. But eventually, you will have to try it out yourself and see what works. Long story short, whatever it takes to stay on track. With that, I come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.